Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here, and it's always a fun time to go back in time and check out a classic rock and roll biopic. Today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is Elvis. But this is not the new Elvis movie directed by Baz Luhrmann and starring Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. This is a vintage biopic from 1979 directed by John Carpenter and starring Kurt Russell. Also featuring Pat Hingle and Charles Cyphers in supporting roles. So I'll do a quick unboxing of this release and I'll share some of my opinions. This was actually my first time seeing this documentary. Having seen the new Elvis movie, I wanted to go back and see this classic one. This is actually number 2 in the Shout Select catalog, and according to the copyright date, this came out around 2016. Our disc is in here, of course, and underneath the disc we have some reversible artwork. I'll actually reverse that right now and we'll see how that looks. There's the reversed art. It looks like a vintage ad you'd see for the movie back then. And of course, back cover pretty much looks the same. Elvis, of course, is the story of legendary singer Elvis Presley. The movie starts with him in 1969 at the International Hotel where he's to start his legendary Las Vegas residence. And it then flashes back to his youth and when he was first discovered as a musician over the years, performing, making movies, serving in the military, meeting Priscilla, who would later become his wife and the mother of his child, and then, of course, culminating back to the then present day when he would take the stage at the International. This was the first collaboration ever between Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. Russell would, of course, appear in many subsequent films directed by the great John Carpenter, including the likes of Escape from New York. The supporting cast here is fantastic as well, including the likes of Charles Cyphers. Pat Hingle plays Colonel Tom Parker. Bing Russell, who's Kurt Russell's real dad, plays his dad Vernon Presley in the movie. And even Joe Mantegna has a minor role in the film. He'd later play Joey Zaza in Godfather Part 3 and, of course, voiced the character Fat Tony on The Simpsons. So it's a great cast, and despite the fact that this was a fairly low-budget, made-for-TV affair, it tells the story pretty well. The movie in total lasts about 3 hours, so it's right about the same length as the newer Elvis film, interestingly enough. There's certainly a lot to like about this movie, namely the performance from Kurt Russell. Some parts of the movie do feel a bit rushed and glossed over despite the lengthy runtime, but overall, I do have to say I was impressed with this film, and I think fans of Elvis Presley will want to track this one down. Unfortunately, the transfer is not great, and this is probably just due to the inherent nature of the film elements that were used to restore this. It claims it was restored, but the picture's still pretty dirty. There's a lot of damage, and you do have plenty of scenes of heavy grain spiking, and it's just like, I have to say, I really wish they'd done a little more with the picture quality. It does look like it was shot on film and not videotape, though, like a lot of stuff that's made for TV is, so that's good at least. It's watchable, it just doesn't look great overall, even if there are a few shots and scenes here and there that look better than the rest. We actually do get a few bonus features on here, which is pretty nice. These include a vintage making-of featurette, some vintage footage from Dick Clark's show talking about Elvis and interviewing fans, and there's also a photo gallery as well. Are you a fan of Elvis Presley, and how do you like Kurt Russell's take on the King of Rock and Roll? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.